Oh boy. So at some point we'll capture the pre-game discussion and share that, but I don't know. I want to stay PG related, so I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Anyway, welcome to session 8. I finally figured out which number this was. Session 8 of the Wandering Players. I'm Ray Emerly, the Dungeon Master at ForceWorks 1. Before we get started, I want to do a quick round of introductions. As usual, I'm going to go in whatever order people are on my screen, so I'm going to start with Keith.
Keith Murray, character is Ian Nile, the Paladin Charlatan.
Mikey?
Are you sure?
I'm Vibrant Skill. I
Sure.
play the Tabaxi Sorcerer with my buddy Taylor, who's kind of attached.
Schilling, on to you.
I am Mark Schilling. I am Bog, lizard folk cleric, and purveyor of fine cooking utensils throughout the Forgotten Realms.
Molly?
Molly, Namaste Cosplay. I play Fletch, the Kenku Druid.
And Mr. Robertson?
What's up, guys? I like to shoot bow and arrows and hang out with a bird lady.
J-Man?
I am Jason Thickpin, aka Chocolate Ninja. I play a wood elf. Monk is a bounty hunter.
And Leslie?
I play.
You got to get your mic a little closer, guys. You're a little distant. Sorry. We'll catch it now.
How's that?
Better for
Better?
you, but let's see if Leslie. Go ahead, Leslie.
Hi, I'm Leslie. I play Juniper Moon, and I'm a Tabaxi rogue. I have a pet rat named Ben.
Okay, you guys are still good. We got that, but you're going to probably want to get a little closer because you're still kind of attenuating in and out a little bit. So before we get started, I do want to just give 2 quick shout-outs for 2 of the tools that we use during the sessions. They may come into play today, depending. They may not, but just in case. That's the Owlbear Rodeo, which we use for our virtual tabletop. Link is there for you to find that. Super simple, super easy, and we're big fans. The other thing is the Sirenscape Online, specifically their beta product, for the in-game music and sound. So when you hear anything in the background, that's coming from Sirenscape. So thanks to both of these tools, which has really made the online gaming experience that much better. So let's go ahead and begin. Let me recap where we left off. Having reunited with Fletch and Duros and, of course, Snapper, the group rescued the Dwarven miners and cleared the Mountain's Toe mine of the remaining orcish threat. In turn, the foreman and assistant foreman of the mine, Von Bin Silverstone and Dundle Earthhorn, kept their end of the agreement, and the party received 40 pounds of gold as their reward, along with other things that you found on the various corpses that you left behind you. The foreman said they'd send word to Neverwinter, to the Darkstone Minerals Mining Company, of your deeds, and that they may be interested in offering the party future work. When asked what you called yourselves, after much back and forth amongst the party, you tentatively agreed and told the dwarves you were the Dragon Seekers. With that, the dwarves offered you a chamber for a long rest before you're continuing your trek into the Sword Mountains, and you each found yourselves feeling a bit more experienced than you were before. So you had reached level 4. So, Dragon Seekers, and I'm going to use finger quotes because I still feel like there's a bit of a tentative nature to this. You find yourselves bedding down for a long rest. What would you like to do?
Breakfast.
Yes.
Breakfast. Nice.
Meditate in the woods.
I think we're going to discuss potentially the name change of Dragon Seekers to potentially the New Wandering Order.
Because I feel like our goal in life is not just to seek dragons. It doesn't say enough.
But,
Fletch
That wasn't a part of this
also
conversation.
Talk to Buck.
Gonna be called Stone Chasers or something.
I'm thinking the New Wandering Order.
I second.
Sold.
Got a nice ring to it.
Sold.
Wandering, the new Wandering Order
NWO.
would be the
Yep.
NWO.
Yes.
Third.
Or we could be the Wandering Order, the woo.
Ooh, but
Fletch has
I-
got you all day for all those weird sounds. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
oh no.
Keep in mind, he was never a member, so just throwing that
It's
out.
true.
Yeah,
Wrong
good point.
faction.
The new.
I apologize for the glare on my glasses. I got it.
Mr. Bog, my feathered friend would like to have a word with you.
Fletch goes up to Bog and she's trying to say, she makes the crackling flame sound and then she makes like a sizzling pan sound and makes her like moves her hand like she's cooking something over the fire, and then she makes like a chopping motion and then she says help, and then she looks at Duros.
She wants you to help her make cooking utensils
And then point to the arms. And
out of bones. Can you assist her with that?
Bog puts down in game and out of game whatever he was eating for breakfast, and at first starts to take out his scimitar, and then is like, "Oh, utensils! Thanks, Duros." Puts it down. My ranger buddy's a linguist too. He's what they call a transminator. So I say, absolutely, Fletcheroo. Well, let's see. Goes in his belt pouch, takes it out. He's like, I got these spoons. One's each a little bigger than the other. Guess you could like measure out stuff. Oh, I know. I'll call them measuring spoons. So gives her like 5 measuring spoons. Whether or not they're actually a tablespoon, an eighth of a tablespoon, we have no idea.
that matters not.
Did we sleep in the dwarven caves, or did we sleep elsewhere?
No, you slept in the mine, so the dwarves offered you that one space that had the number of cots where Fletch and Duros actually had found themselves. They had cleared the passage to...
Perfect.
So, yep, you're in a bedchamber, technically.
Oh, the New York bodies are there, which means I got plenty of materials. Yeah. So Bog just walks over with Fletch. Come on, Fletcheroo, let's see what we can do. And as everybody else is getting ready and whatnot, you just hear like butcher shop like chopping and cracking sounds as like these orcs are pretty much dissected for femurs, bones, fingers, whatnot.
She would like skulls as well.
There's the ogre that's bigger too. So
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
the ogre skull.
Yeah.
I go over to the ogre skull and tug at that. And I don't have any sharp objects, so.
What about that big
point to your
insect?
scimitar.
How big is that? Or does it even have a skeleton? That giant centipede thing we fought.
It's-
or
It doesn't really have like, it's more of a insect, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't have
Just-
bone structure.
It's just got goo.
It's
Yeah.
just goo.
I mean,
Bog
it
said-
has the outside
Access
carapace that
skeleton.
you could use if you wanted to, but I think, Bog, you've been more tending towards the bone aspects than anything else.
Yeah. Bog says to Eon, good idea, Eon. I like the way you think outside the box, but you know, insectoids type things as well as gnolls. Yeah, I don't really like gnolls. A lot of fur, got to take it off, and the bones, like the fingers especially, really thin, really brittle. Not good for making spoons. No. But we can make a cauldron, yeah, out of this ogre's skull, and he will take a larger bone from like a forearm of one of the orcs, but leave the fingers on it and kind of like slice each one in half. And then he just takes a bowl and just starts doing this. And he goes, I think we're going to call this one a whisk, Fletchy. You can stir shit up with it, literally and figuratively. Hands her that. So yeah, we just
She's
go to
very
town
excited.
making all kinds of things out of fine bone and
cutlery.
So do me a
a
favor.
knife set.
Yeah, do me a favor, Bog.
Yes.
Make a dexterity check with your artisan's tools just to see how well these are crafted.
Oh no.
I get advantage because the bird's helping, and this is
What
part of
happens
my.
if he crits?
Yeah, I'll give you an advantage, and you know you've got a business plan and everything associated with this. So
Thank God, 'cause I
True.
didn't want the dice yet.
I have a very, very specific plans. Plans.
No.
I swear to you, first roll was a 19, second roll was a natural 20.
What?
this is some of your finest work. At first glance, you would think that this was it was molded out of something other than bone, and it was made to look like bone. But as you look at it, like the smooth edges, the fine details, the articulation, the weight and the comfort in the hand, this is a one of a kind set of cooking utensils.
Perfect for feathered fingers.
Just pretend this from the chopping block in real life was bone. You see Bog at the end, it's like, doesn't make it commercial, like, see, Fletcheroo, I made these for your hands especially. Note the ergonomic grip you got for your like chopping motions. Like, yeah, this could be something.
And call now to receive 99 cents off.
Full tang blade.
Full tag.
Of course it's full tang. Let's put a pin in this. I gotta finish the frying pan. Yeah. Bog just walks over back to the
Never half tang a full tang.
Yeah. So
Never have tang a full tang.
So as Bog's doing this, what about the rest of you? So it's the morning inside the cave. People are getting ready. Deimos and Juniper, what about the two of you? Anything you want to do before you get ready to depart?
Because we're still inside the mine, right?
Correct. Yep.
Because I need to fashion a mask.
Okay.
I'm debating on what kind of mask I want. I'm debating if I could have Box fashion me one out of a skull
Mask?
of one of the slain ogres.
There's only one ogre there.
I took his head, so he doesn't actually have.
So there are orcs.
There are orcs, yes, but we could always find something in the woods. You never know. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna meditate and try to, because we're still on that short rest, right? Or we're on the long rest.
Actually, it's going to be a long rest. So if you guys haven't, recover all your hit points, recover all your spell slots. I want you at full strength for what's to come. So that doesn't sound ominous at all. I know. But.
Yeah. I'm gonna thumb through my bingo book to see if there's any worthwhile bounties on the way.
Okay. Juniper.
Bog, Bog upon hearing this is gonna lean to Fletchy and be like, Deimos has that like bingo book and whatnot. I think he's got some stuff going on that's weighing pretty heavy. Let me see if I could do something for him. So he literally, and this is great, with Fletch's help, Fletch and Snapper basically like peck the entire flesh off of an orc's, not the ogre, but an orc's face, and Bog just cuts it in half, and he basically makes you a mask one that looks like Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan wears, with a strap, whatever. He's like, it's not a full helmet, but it's a start. It's work in progress. And he happily gives it to you. It'll look good. It's got the same like curves and points as the spear I made you. Yeah.
I'm just sitting behind this, going like this.
I offer Duros an eyeball. And say,
You will make a Constitution save against throwing up.
Yeah, I guess how disgusted are you, Duros?
I'm fairly disgusted, but I'm used to it.
Okay. We'll save the con throw then.
He's not surprised, but like, meh.
So you give Deimos the mask.
Yeah. Yes.
I gladly accept the mask and put it on.
So Bog, we're gonna need a picture of that at some point so we can fully realize it. I'm not a Wu-Tang Clan person.
Got it right
I know
now.
it's surprising, but it's just, yeah.
You don't know who the RZA is?
You do. He's in everything.
No, that's Method Man.
Method Man's in everything.
Yeah.
He's not Wu-Tang.
So Juniper, what about you? As all this is happening, there's a lot of craziness going on right now. But...
Yes, I am playing and petting Bandit, playing with Bandit and petting him as I'm laughing, just hearing these interactions going on.
Perfect. Ian, anything you'd like to do in the morning before?
Ian is shaking his head at everything that is going on around him and putting himself together to head out and go on the next adventure.
Okay. And Vibrant?
I am packing up, cleaning up, and I am currently scolding my tail over the fact that I have found 2 lumps of gold in it. So it's very awkward over here. There's a lot of finger pointing and whatnot. So
Naughty.
it's bad tail.
Bad tail.
Sticky.
Gone over this numerous times. Just has a habit.
Yeah.
Trying so hard. He's doing so good for so long.
Just bring me the lamp.
Just the gold.
Touch
I
nothing.
touch nothing but the lamp.
There's gold around, and he falls off the wagon. That's it.
So,
All right, let's roll out. We ready?
so after some period of time, and as you conclude with all the craftsmanship that's been going on at Bog and everybody's packed up, you hear a knock at the door, and the door slowly opens. You recognize the young dwarf Farkham, who had Duros and Fletch, who had found you in the caves and had brought you back to the party.
I'm gonna fist pound him.
He kind of puts out his hand and that's interesting. Okay, and he tries to reciprocate, but it's one of those odd, awkward kind of things where it's like you're going this way, he's going that.
Palms my fist.
Yeah, it's like when you do it with your grandfather, and he doesn't quite know what's going on. Well, greetings. I think is that how they did? Never mind. If you are ready, I can take you back to the foreman. I think they wanted to speak with you, and then I've been tasked with taking you through the remainder of the mine to the eastern doors, so you can continue your journey. So if you're ready, I'll wait out in the hall here until you gather them. Now I'll take you ahead.
I mean, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
You ready there, Featherface? Okay.
So the party falls in behind Farkham, and he leads you through the tunnel, some of which look very familiar to you now, having spent so much time here, and back to the double doors where the foreman had been previously barricaded, but now the doors are opened, and you can see that there's a lot of activity with the dwarves there in terms of compiling the corpses into corners and cleaning things away and just trying to restore some level of order to the mine itself. So as Farkham takes you into the room, you recognize Von Bin, the foreman, the older gentleman, plus Dundle, the assistant foreman, conversing amongst themselves. As they see you, they look back, and Von Bin, morning and well met. It's good to see you again. I assume all of you are rested and recovered.
Or are we
Yes.
Fletch is nodding.
I assume that you still want to head into the mountains then.
We do.
Farkham here will take you through the remainder of the mine. It's less than an hour to get to the other side. The tunnels are quite extensive here. But I did want to just warn you. I don't know how many of you are familiar with mountainous terrain, if you've been into the Sword Mountains before.
Yeah, it's just a really big hill, right?
It is. But you're going to find that the paths are treacherous. It's going to get a lot colder, a lot faster as you go up. So just I can't send you forward without making sure that you're prepared for that. So consider that my warning, coming from a place of concern. And if you're still willing to proceed, Farkham will take you to where you need to go. And I want to thank you again for everything here. And I will make sure that the name of the Dragon Seekers is, delivered.
The New World Order, or the New Wandering Order.
Wandering Order.
Wandering Order.
And he kind of looks at,
NWO just flows off the tongue.
he looks at Dundle.
The NWO.
He looks at Dundle like did I misremember this? Was I wrong? And Dundle's like, oh, the new wandering order. We shall make sure that the new
I'm
wandering.
going to tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Yep."
But we'll make sure that the Darkstone Mining Company knows that name, and if they ever have need of your services, they'll find you. So with that, we have
Deimos' mask. Let her up, right? Deimos' mask looks like that.
Okay. I would have had no idea, but
You're not the only one.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm not hip now.
Oh.
I'm not hip now.
And that only was worse because of Molly's tone when she said that. It was almost like she was talking to the dog, like, "Oh, that's so sweet. He's not hip now." It's so Von Bin bids you adieu, thanking you again for your service, and they get back to work.
Fist pound him again.
So Von Bin is even more confused by this because you did that to Farkham before. So as soon as you come in for the fist pound, he's like, "Whoa!" Like you're throwing hands or something like that, and then recognizes it's a. He palms your fist and shakes it like, "Thank you."
I'm in.
Farkham leads you into the mines as you go. He is carrying a torch because many of the mines themselves are darkened. The dwarves don't need to carry torches typically, but recognizing that some of you can't see.
That's probably directed at me. I will also have my little flame.
Okay.
To help.
I'm gonna pop my goggles on.
So a little under an hour, and the tunnels themselves are well carved and not very challenging to navigate. Though you realize that if you'd taken this path yourself, you probably would have gotten lost a few times over. But Farkham knows the way, and now you find yourselves at the end of the tunnels with two large iron doors that are closed, and a large bar in front of them to keep them sealed. Farkham goes up to the bar and I'm sorry, we have to lift this to allow you out. It's a little heavy for me. Could I get a hand here as well? And he's trying to lift it off of the supports.
Who's rocking the strength?
I will attempt to.
I will attempt to help.
Picking that up.
So Ian and Vibrant, make a strength check for me.
3.
Ooh.
Wow. I guess I needed more sleep. 6.
Yeah. My hip.
And Vibrant, what about you?
Football wound.
Can Fletch help too?
I think. Hold on, I think Mikey froze on us.
Oh.
Mikey.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, he's back. So what was your strength? What was your strength roll there, Vibrant? You're muted, by the way. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. So what was the last part you heard? I was gonna offer help. I'm not the most strength-based character, so if anything, I would probably shove my Talon Breaker underneath the door to help him pry it up if that's what he was trying to do.
Okay. So with that, go ahead and make a strength check with advantage since you're using Talon Breaker for that. And then Molly, I heard you. We'll see if what happens here with these two, and then.
Oh, come on. What happened? There we go. So we got +1. So 18. 18.
And then Molly, go ahead and roll yours for Fletch.
I got 13.
13. You're a buff little bird, by the way. So collectively, amongst the four of you, including Farkham, you're able to get the bar up and off of its seating, and it falls to the floor of the mine. And with that, the doors are now free to open. And Farkham, takes the handles and starts to pull them. And as soon as he pulls them, you can see the light from outside start to permeate. For those of you who have been, working with dark vision at this point, or even just the low light, it's a little glaring and takes you a moment to adjust. But you also feel the briskness of the morning air as it comes into the mine itself. But Farkham opens the doors wide enough for you to depart, steps aside, and points out, and the mountains await on the other side.
Let's go walk right out. Thank him.
Yes.
Oh, actually, as I walk past him, I'm gonna hand him the 2 lumps of gold I found in my bag and say, "I apologize. My tail stole these," and kind of just put them in his hand. Have a good day, sir. And walk off.
He looks surprised, but an honest look of like appreciation on his face as he nods, and he puts them into a pouch at his side, and you feel like you've got confidence he's going to get them back to where they belong. So.
And give him a sinister smile as I walk past him.
He steps back just a little bit and eyes you a little leerily.
Is he holding the thing, or is it?
No. So once we got it off,
or is it like a this?
It was a cross beam. So as soon as you guys got it off, it went to the ground, and then he's opened the doors and stepped aside now. He's probably going to need help from the other doors to get this back up, but at least for now,
I'll help him. I'll help him that. Oh, I guess unless it's inside, in which case I can't help.
Is Damo smiling at him with a bloody orc face on top of his face?
It's probably not bloody because Fletch ate all of the things off of it.
That's fair. Would you lick it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
We always clean our products twice over before we ship them out.
Dog and I know what's up. We don't give inferior products.
This is no fly-by-night operation, my friend.
No, we are quality.
I'm sorry. Fly by night with the bird. I just that's a punny.
Live on puns.
So all of you depart the mine then?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to fist pound him, but realize his hands are busy and just point at him.
Fletch is gonna give him a hug.
Please be safe, and I do hope to see you all again.
And she just says, "Friend, see you soon."
Yes, see you soon. So as you all depart, the doors behind you close back again, and you find yourselves on the eastern side of the Sword Mountains. Again, it's brisk in the morning, so you emerge from the eastern entrance in the shadow of the mountains themselves. And while it is morning and the sky is relatively bright, no direct sun can be seen. It's obscured by the different parts of the mountains. The temperature's cool, and as you take that deep breath of the crisp air, having been in the mines for some time, you feel a slight burn in your lungs and notice a light vapor escape your lips as you exhale. About 50 feet or so to your northeast, you see the start of a trail leading up into the mountains. The trail itself has been, from what you can see, well worn over time, with small rocks and pebbles creating potentially points of treacherous footing as it angles upwards into the mountains to points unknown. As best you know from the conversation you had with King Nerkley, the map that he had provided, and just rough directionally, the trek to Icespire Hold is going to be at least 20 miles from where you are now, into the mountain peaks. Based on what you see of the trail so far, you can anticipate that it's going to be treacherous at points, and you're moving probably slower than usual as a group. So roughly 2 days journey probably, but it could be more depending on what lies ahead. So with that, what would you like to do?
Just out of curiosity, before we move, when the doors close behind us, do we immediately hear like 17 different locks and bars being shut on it?
No, you don't, because from what you could tell, there was only the one bar across the mine entrance, and you didn't hear anything else because he's probably going to need help putting it back in place, but nothing magical or special about this particular door. Old school barricade.
We start walking towards the trail.
Yep.
So what is the marching order then?
It's not going to walk itself.
Give me your marching order, please.
We'll take the rear.
I'll go first.
I'll take a flank.
I'll go first.
I'll flank on the right.
Bog will go second.
Yeah, I'll probably be somewhere in the middle. Being the tallest, I don't like to try to lead because it kind of blocks people's line of sight, and I
Are you
understand
the
that.
tallest, or is Bog the
Well,
tallest?
I'm usually the tallest as well.
Ah,
Not anymore.
yeah.
And Juniper, what about you? Where are you going to be?
Right in the center.
Is anybody else's owl bear dark?
We're not using it yet.
Not yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, it should be dark currently. If we do have, again, a lot of this will be dependent on the checks that we're going to do here, and I'll explain that in a second. We may use it, and in some cases we may not, so we'll see how that progresses. So let me explain how this is going to work. So this is going to be a bit of a group skill check as we go through the mountains. A lot of different survival checks, dexterity checks,
Puzzles.
those kind of things. For lack of a better word, yeah, puzzles. And so what I'm going to do is based on the overall just terrain and movement, it's probably going to take you where you normally would get to a certain point in time across like 8 hours in a day, your normal travel time. Your movement speed is going to be half. So it's going to be slow because you're going up these treacherous hills and terrain and these trails. And I'm going to ask you about every hour of travel. Actually, no, for the first day, every 2 hours of travel. I'm going to ask the group to make a survival check. That check is really going to be kind of dependent. It will determine if you guys stay on track or if you veer off. And if you veer off, there's a potential to encounter some things that you probably wouldn't have encountered otherwise, or maybe even add some time to your journey. And we're going to do that through the first day. Once we get to the first night, I'll cover that. But for the first day, that's what we're going to do. So as we start, and you start your journey, I'm going to ask everyone now to make a survival check. And if you don't have survival, it's just a straight wisdom check. But go ahead and everybody roll that. And then tell me, call out your numbers.
17.
Woo!
Ooh. 23.
You said no modifiers, just straight wisdom.
No, wisdom, survival. So if you don't have survival, just...
Oh, okay.
Nat 20. 23. I just want to point
I
that
rolled
out.
an 8.
8, okay.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
12.
I also got a nat 20.
Wow.
20 brows.
Ian?
16.
No.
Okay. And Bog, what did you have?
21.
And just so you guys know, so the way we do this, the way I do this with group skill checks, is essentially it's, depending on, it's almost the majority rolls, right? So if the majority are failures, and I know what the DC is, if the majority are failures, we take that path. If the majority are successes, we take that path. Natural 20s I count as 2 successes. So they offset a lot of the failures. Natural 1s I count as 2 failures. So as we go through this, just keep that in mind. But again, you live and die as a group as we go through this. So this is should be interesting. So the first couple of hours,
As you do.
right? What was it from Lost? It was like the live together, die alone, or something like that. I can't remember. So the first couple of hours of travel are rather uneventful. The path. Every once in a while, you lose a little bit of footing just from some pebbles or stone, but somebody else in the group catches you and helps you move forward. You do notice that it is getting progressively colder as you make your way up. But as you look off to the right-hand side as you're going up the mountain paths, you can see just how far up you've started to get into the mountains. And the view is quite beautiful, but you realize at this point, you can't stop and you need to continue. Now I need you to make another survival check. And if anybody wants to do anything while you're walking, let me know. Conversations or anything. Otherwise, we're going to continue to do the skill checks.
Another survival check, you said?
Yep. This is for the next couple of hours of travel.
I'm actually going to roll a die this time. I use the auto-generated.
I got an 18.
18.
That was worse.
17 for Bog.
17?
Another survival check.
No,
I
9.
got 19.
Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna go in order because I can't hear as easily. So Molly, what'd you have? I'm sorry.
I had a 19.
Okay, Jason,
Roll the 5.
Juniper,
10.
Ian,
4.
and Mark.
I got another nat 20. So
I can-
23.
I can confirm. I
He's got loaded dice.
I wish. Those dice are the worst. Like there's I don't use them. That's why I use the automated dice because my dice are so mean.
So you continue for the first hour. Again, the path seems fairly similar. The mountain range itself continues to kind of get higher and higher, and you can start to see more gray and white appearing above you. Temperature continues to get colder. In the second hour, though, you come across the path.
Hey, Ray, I'm sorry. Did you get my score or no?
I did.
Okay.
As you continue into the second hour of that, so now we're into kind of hour 4 of your travel. The path becomes a slightly steeper gradient as you begin to ascend, and the climb takes you to what essentially is a narrow ravine that you need to cross to continue. So what I need now to cross the ravine, I need everyone to make a dexterity or acrobatics check. So if you have dexterity acrobatics, use that. If you don't, just dexterity. And then I'll ask. I'm gonna ask to roll off in a second. What's up?
How big's the ravine?
22.
The ravine itself, it's fairly narrow, so it's 30 feet down from what you can see. And the ravine across is about 10 or so feet.
So one could jump it if they wanted.
Yep. So let's do the checks here. Hold on. So live and die by group here. So dexterity or acrobatics.
22.
Start with, okay, Jason, 22. Juniper?
1.
1? Okay.
21.
21, okay. Ian?
17.
Molly?
17 as well.
Duros?
25.
He rolled a natural 20 or a
No, it
natural
was 19. It was 19. It wasn't another 20.
These
Wasn't
are
another 20.
Sorry, guys.
these are
Everybody
loaded die.
relax.
You didn't print these die yourself, did you?
I wish, because then I would have a set as well.
Bog
15.
and Vibrant.
I got a 17.
17. Okay, so as you go, actually all of you were successful in this. So it takes you a little bit of time. A few of you that are on the more athletic side with the higher rolls were able to jump across. And then with that, help the others as they went across as well to make sure that they were able to clear the ravine. But you are able to get across the ravine. Nobody falls, and you can continue on into the mountains. So now, and if you get tired of making dice rolls, let me know. So now I need you to make, again, a survival check, a wisdom survival check. And I'll call out.
We're getting all the good rolls out of the way now before we actually get into combat.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I'm just trying to, all those 20s now will just get, he's just walking, he's using all those 20s.
21, baby.
Okay, so
Did not do well.
So we got 21 with Deimos, Juniper,
13.
13. Ian? Ian got a
1.
1. Okay.
Hey.
Fletch?
Yay.
My dice have returned true to form.
That's fine. Somebody's got to balance this out. So Fletch?
I got a 9.
Duros?
Jesus.
I got a nat 1,
Oh,
which would make it a 4 with my survival.
Okay, but the nat 1 for this is what's really...
I know.
Okay. But if it makes you feel better, I'll put a 4 in parentheses off to the side with a little frowny face.
You know what? It does,
Okay,
actually. It
good.
does make me feel a little better.
Bog
22.
and Vibrant.
14.
14.
Why? Yeah, make a face like that's bad.
I'm independent.
That's a Texas cat.
Keith and I are getting frostbite up here. Jeez.
Seriously, we just fucked the average for everybody.
Me too. I'm not doing great with 9.
So as you move along. So you get across the narrow ravine. You travel about an hour or so, again, up into the mountains. And then you hear a loud crack overhead, which breaks the calm of the mountain path. As you look up, a large landslide starts hurtling towards the party onto the path. I need everyone to make a dexterity or acrobatics check. Sorry, that was a lot of natural ones, so bad things happen.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so
Acrobatics.
hang on. So we're going to go in order here. Yes, dexterity or acrobatics. I'm going to start with Deimos.
9.
9. Juniper.
25.
25. Ian.
I'm getting hit.
Not athletics.
What was that?
Not athletics. It's dexterity or acrobatics.
Correct.
All right, 16.
Fletch.
16 as well. I'm just copying.
Not copying me.
Apparently.
Duros.
Yeah, I'm getting hit in the face with a rock. I rolled a 2, but my dex is 6.
Oh.
No, that's good. That's your mod, right? So this is
8.
yeah.
Yeah.
8's better than 2. Trust me.
8.
It determines.
It's true. It's better than 2.
Much better than 2.
Yeah, basically, here's the size of like of an 8 rock, and here's the size of a 2 rock. So just keep that in mind as we go. Bog.
That's fair.
So, quick.
That's fair.
I got an 18 on the die, but can I use if I see? So I'm assuming I react to this. Can I use a bonus action to grab the pole of collapsing, fully extend it, and like kind of whip it at Duros and try to like hit him to pull him to give him advantage on his roll to get him out of the way?
I would have.
Get a 1. Get a 1 now.
He's gonna get smacked in the face with a pole.
So I like the idea. I like
Okay.
the idea narratively. I think the only thing is for this, if you would have declared something like that before he had the low roll, maybe.
All right.
So, but since he's already made his roll, it feels a little. What did Vibrant have, by the way?
I had 18.
18. Okay, so Juniper,
Yeah.
Ian, Fletch, Bog, and Vibrance, you all manage to, scatter
Uh-oh.
and move quickly forward up the path and dodge the falling rocks. Deimos and Duros. Hold on, I gotta see if I have enough dice in my tray.
What can I do?
Oh boy, enough
What
dice.
are you doing?
Oh, that's never good.
Can I lasso?
Oh, you have enough dice.
Can I
for the last
lasso
one to happen?
Duros?
I'm getting hit in the face with a rock.
Can
I've
I-
accepted it.
Can I lasso Duros?
I've accepted it. Not the face.
I mean, you could just on the D&D Beyond app, you can just select and have it be any number of dice.
Yeah, I actually like physically rolling dice. That's the one thing I haven't
I know.
given up in virtual D&D land.
I know, I was hoping the digital dice would bone you and you get a really low score.
So actually, my rolls were crappy. So
Okay.
Deimos and Duros, you take a total of 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the falling rocks and debris. So you're not quite able to get out. A few of them hit you in the back and the shoulders. One actually clunks you in the head, Duros.
My back.
So 6 points of bludgeoning damage to Deimos and Duros.
What was that?
You know what would have made that less worse?
Could have been worse.
If I took the average when we upped our characters.
I can't lasso him out of the way. It's too late. It's too late.
So what I'm going to do on these, when we have another one like this, because there was obviously some creative thoughts here. If anybody wants to ready an action, so say I want to ready my 10-foot pole, and if it looks like somebody's not going to clear, or if I want to lasso somebody out, you don't have to necessarily be specific about whom, because I know that will be dependent on the rolls. But if you have a creative solution like that, I'll ask you before we do the rolls, and then we'll do the rolls, and we can see how they apply. Fair? Okay. Because I do want to reward good ideas. It's just it's hard to reward them after, like, oh well, if I knew that was going to happen.
I'd rather get hit in the face with a rock than a 10-foot pole that extends.
Would you? Why?
Just because he's trying to help, it works.
You can try that out in the yard if you want.
I'd probably get hit with the pole and the rock.
I have that extendable pole. We could change this.
I'm pretty sure I have a rock.
So after you recover from the landslide, and everybody kind of gets their bearings again, Duros and Deimos, bruised but still.
Did it make a mark on my face?
No, I'm gonna say it's more in the hair area. So you've got a little lump there.
Okay.
But,
all right.
But unseen.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Good.
You're not gonna wear a hat anytime soon. But after that travel, you notice you're breathing a bit harder as the air continues to start to thin as the altitude increases. The way ahead of you is a sheet of gray and white now. After a quick break to regain your bearing and your strength, you feel the wind here starting to pick up a bit. And then it subsides and you have a moment or two of calm. And as you look around, you can see there's a bit of a clearing now in the mountains. So you can see what looks to be miles of the landscape stretching in every direction. It's really quite a stunning view. But you realize that you can't stay to enjoy it and you have to continue on. So with that, I need everyone to make their survival checks again.
Us again.
Oh, it's so stressful.
So Deimos, I'm going to start with you. No, you're not. We hear you. 9 for Deimos. Juniper?
14.
14. Ian?
12.
Fletch?
13.
Duros?
I got a solid 8.
What do you add? What do you add to it?
Yes.
3.
Okay.
11. So that's 11.
No. I rolled a 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
but we've learned to check his math, so that's good.
That's fair.
Math is important.
Yeah.
Bog, what about you?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Oof.
Dirty 20.
And
I've never
Vibrance.
rolled this many good rolls in my life in a row.
It's the name of your cooking show.
What was that, Vibe? Sorry.
15.
15.
15.
So...
I have dark vision?
Oh, Jesus
That's
Christ.
So
Yeah, dark vision because of the goggles.
because of the goggles.
Yeah. Because I'm
Goggles.
looking at my D&D Beyond sheet, and I just saw dark vision 60 feet. I was like, when did that happen?
Oh.
Yeah, hit in the head. You got hit in the head while you were down there and became special powers.
You get hit with the rock?
I didn't get hit with a rock.
So
I'm still breathing.
So within the about 30 minutes into your next part of this journey, you come across now what is a icy stream. It's 10 to 15 feet wide, depending. It's narrower in some spots, wider in others.
It's a big stream.
It's blocking your path. So the stream kind of goes down, and then you see that it goes off to a waterfall at the very end that goes down to the mountainside. The flow appears to be slow because of the cold. It's not rushing. You could potentially try to either leap the stream, or you could try to wade through the stream.
Is it rushing or is it
It's gonna
frozen?
go bad for me.
So
Yeah.
it's
not.
It's a fairly it's about waist high in terms of the depth. It's not rushing like you think of rapids crushing against rocks. It's just kind of a steady flow and then going off to the edge to the water.
How far across is it?
At the shortest point is about 10 feet. So you could try to do a leap across, or you could try to wade through.
I'm gonna pick up a
I'm going
rock.
for the leap.
Now, can I do like an athletic check? And I can pick up a rock and throw it in there to see if there's not a serpent or crocodile-like creature.
Hold on, let's go in order. So Damus, you want to just toss a rock in and see what happens?
Yeah, to see if there's no electric eels or like swimming spiders or anything like that.
Yeah, so you pick up a rock, you toss it in, and as it goes into the water, you wait a little bit. Once the ripples dispel in the stream, nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Are there any trees around?
There's a few. There's actually one that's right near the edge of the stream on your near side where you are currently. The closest one on the other side appears to be about 20 feet away. So it's not right on the border of the stream. It's a little bit deeper out.
Can I use my hemp rope to like Tarzan across it?
You'd have to try to get it to the tree on the other side to go across. Unless
I was thinking.
Is there a tree?
I was thinking a tightrope situation.
Yeah. Oh, well, Vibrant, don't you have a 10-foot extendable pole? Can't you just, like, Olympics over the thing?
That's
Pole
where I was
can't you
going
just
with
pole
it.
vault that?
I was going to jump. I can naturally just jump it. But what
I want to see the roll on that.
So what I was thinking about doing was tying rope off on the tree at about 6 feet high or so. So that way we're above the water. So that way when he gets about halfway, it doesn't drip into the water, and then tie the rope on the other side. I figure we all got about 50 feet of rope.
Can I help him at all?
Yeah, I have a spear. I can throw it across.
Yeah.
Tie the rope to it and throw it across.
I have rope.
I'm jumping.
No,
maybe just give us.
stop.
I'm jumping.
Just give everyone a different option if they didn't want to jump it. Maybe they're more.
I'm jumping it.
Right.
Try to tightrope.
And that's
What do they call it when like ninjas or military troopers are they cross their ankles over the rope and they kind of shimmy across.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like a dex check if someone wanted to do that instead of wading across the water or trying.
Yeah, I don't want to get wet.
Yeah,
you want to get wet.
So
this cat doesn't want to get wet.
Yep. So we've got. Go ahead, Bond. Go ahead, and then we'll.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear too much background noise in my house going on. So how the water? Is it like a huge drop into the water, like a 20-foot like fall or something, or
no? So the bank itself is about a foot or two down into the stream, depending on where you are on the edge. It only, from what you can see, it seems to go about waist high, and you're kind of saying that because you can see in some parts the shallower parts of the bottom, because this is really clear, kind of that mountain crisp water. Like this would be like a Poland Springs commercial for that. And then you towards the end of the waterfall, you see what looks to be a rock formation sticking up that's splitting the water as it goes over the edge, but it doesn't look very deep. But again, wadeable. But to the point that Vibrant was making, so again, you have the option of trying to leap across. You could do the wade, or if you wanted to rig something with ropes and so forth to do a different, I would actually make that be an athletics check because you're going to have to kind of hold on and use the strength to get across. But you have options here.
Bog just jumps into the water, like lays a flat, like, and then he says, "Come on, Fletchy, hop on, you too, Snapper."
And we use your shoulders like a stepping stone. Can we do that?
I'm even like, I'm not even
Can
putting it
I
on my
help?
shoulders. I'm like flat and just like surfing her and the wolf across, like.
So just because not everybody may be, before we get to that, just as we think about the options. So as not everybody may be aware of how to do a long jump, right? So just so you know what that actually means. So a long jump is typically you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you at least have a 10-foot running start, essentially. So you can and leap, and you can cover 1 foot per each point of your strength. So if you have a fairly decent strength modifier or strength score, 10 feet probably isn't that difficult. And I will say you have the necessary room to run to get to that leap.
I'll jump it. Fuck it.
Can I help? Can I help anybody? Can I do something to help?
If Vibrant's rigging up the rope thing, I'll allow you to help that, and we'll.
Okay.
And
I have some rope as
Yeah.
well, so I'll
Fletch,
help.
can you fly?
I'll help Vibrant because
No.
like I have a wolf companion
fly.
that probably cannot jump these things, so I would like to help.
Did you want me to surf you and the wolf across or no?
I mean, if you could surf me and the wolf across, that's probably great. But I like Duros has not been
Duros
rolling
is
great.
what?
I'm
He's
a
not
7-foot
rolling
tall
great.
amphibious creature.
I'm jumping.
Okay.
Wolf and a
I'm
30
jumping.
pound-
So let's start parsing these out because there's a whole lot of stuff going on. So Ian, you leapt right across.
Yes.
I want you to make an acrobatics check for me. Not for the success of the jump. This is going to be more about the success of your landing.
I'm stressed out for everybody.
Is this bad? Am I overdoing it, or is this
No.
Okay.
I'm just stressed out for everybody.
What was that?
I got a 12 with no modifier.
So acrobatics would normally be your dex. So just add your dex modifier to your dice roll.
I have my dex modifier is 0.
Okay. So 12 is exactly what you needed. So you make the leap across with your strength score, and you kind of do superhero landing, boom, on the other edge of the stream, and you make it across. I'm going kind of in order of operations of who said what. Bog, you went right into the stream. You're wading in, right? So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
You said there was no rapids.
I bet you it's for the temperature. Good thing I'm cold-blooded. All right.
Cold-blooded.
Shit. Out of the box. 15.
A 15. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so you get in, and the water is icy cold. A lot colder than you probably thought it was going to be. But your cold-blooded nature, you steel yourself against it, and you're able to wade through, and you're feeling pretty comfortable that you can get to the other side with no issues. Are you bringing anybody with you? You mentioned about people.
Is he?
You're going in with him?
I'm on his shoulders holding Snapper.
Well,
Okay.
if he's laying there, I would probably just try to do a quick little 2-step off of him to kind of, instead of doing a full jump, just kind of 2-step on Bog's back and then 2-step on the other end of the
Okay.
jump off to the other side.
Oh, hold up. Bog will
Yeah, I was
carry
thinking the same thing.
Fletch and Snapper across, and then come back to give you the
Stone.
you know, I'll give you an option.
You put the
I'll either
shield up like
lay
this.
flat for you,
While they do that, can I leap?
Yes, you
I
may.
can jump, or I'll stand up, and if you can jump and land on my shoulders, and Power Rangers jump from off of that.
22 to leap.
Like a cat, you're over the stream, gracefully landing, and you're just kind of, now you're waiting for everybody else wondering what took so long. So you're good.
Juniper crushing it as usual. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I jump on Bog's shoulders when he returns.
okay, so Bog, you took Fletch and Snapper over first. Okay, you're coming back. Now you're going to Vibrant. You're going to kind of hop off of his shoulders and use him as a stepping stone. Is
Yep.
that the plan? Make a
Yeah.
quick acrobatics check.
Awesome. 22.
22, yeah, easily done. Nice broad shoulders, easy to get a footing. You boop, boop, and you're right across, no issues whatsoever. Bog, you're still in the water, right? So you've come back over to the other side. I need you to make another
Yep.
Constitution saving throw for me. Go ahead, Bob.
I was going to say, when I jump on his shoulders, can I just touch his shoulder and do a little prestidigitation to warm him up a little bit
Yeah.
before I jump off?
Yeah. If
So
you
you
do,
feel like a little quick of warmth wash over you when I jump on your shoulders.
yeah, and if you did that, then I'm going to give you advantage on the saving throw. So
Okay. In that case, first roll already was a 16. Second roll now at advantage is the box. Wait a minute. 17.
17, yeah, you're fine.
Yep.
You're still like, whew, it's a bit nibbly, but you're fine. You're pushing right through it. So, okay, so we have Juniper's across.
I'm gonna go across and hop out now. I may check and see if there's any fish. Then I'm just gonna get across and hop out.
Okay, so Deimos, what were you doing?
I'm gonna try to do a front tuck over the river.
Okay, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
I knew that wasn't gonna work.
Oh, no. There's always
Oh
one.
no. 7.
7. So you, as you get your running start and you go to do your leap, you just lose just enough footing and it kind of throws you off. So as you go, you splash into the water. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Can I ready my rope?
8.
An 8. So the water is just icy cold and you weren't fully expecting it, and not to mention the fact that you thought you were going to make the jump. So you end up taking 6 points of cold damage from the water. But you're able to then, what I want you to do now is I want you to make, unless somebody's going to help him, because people have seen this, I want you to make a athletics check to get yourself across the rest of the
Can
way.
I help?
Okay.
Yeah, if I see him in the water, if I'm already across, I'll just extend the
21.
Okay, 21, and with the you're back out, but you're now in that kind of early onset of a little bit of like almost like a hypothermia kind of thing. It's just you're shaking from the cold.
Yeah.
I will once he gets out of the water, I'll use prestidigitation and like kind of go over him and like warm up his clothes so that way they're dry.
Okay. So with that, the shivering starts to subside a little bit. You still took that initial shock of damage, but you're not suffering any exhaustion or anything like that. So everybody's across?
Not me.
Oh, Duros! I forgot about Duros.
I'm hopping. I'm leaping. Let's do it.
I'm readying to help.
I think we all are.
9 plus 6.
Yes.
15.
So you're able to hop across, and much like Ian, you get the nice little superhero landing. You know,
Can I brush my shoulder off as I land?
You certainly may. So.
All right.
Just sweat off your brow because we know you were sweating the whole time you jumped up.
We all were.
Okay.
Yeah, Deimos made that water look cold.
So everybody made it across the stream. Now what I need, as you kind of, anything you want to do before we continue? Do you want to continue? You want to take a short rest? Do you want to press on? You tell me.
Keep
Can
pressing on.
anyone heal Deimos up a little bit? Who's got some
I can
heals?
heal myself.
Short
I can.
rest,
I got my healing thing. I can do to him.
Your
Well,
land
is it-
hands.
Yeah. Why is it? Where is it?
Under spells.
I know I've got. I'm looking at the spells thing, and I see Bane Command, Divine Favor, Hunter's Mark, Thunder Splash.
Oh,
It's not
under
spell.
actions. Go under actions. Look under actions, I believe.
It's below
there it
Divine
is.
Sense.
All right. So yeah, I've got a pool of 15 hit points, and none of them are used. So
How many do you want to give to Deimos?
how many does he need?
12.
How many are you down? 6?
12.
12?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
got hit by rocks, and then he also had the cold damage from the water.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll give him 9.
Okay, so Deimos heal up 9 points, and Ian just take 9 off your pool, so you still got 6 left.
Did it.
Okay, but with that,
Okay, 9 or
9.
9.
9.
You got 9 back. Yeah.
I owe you one, Paladin.
Yes, you do.
So then we're pressing on?
Yep.
Okay, and remember, this is just day 1, so we're having so much fun already. So let's go ahead and roll survival checks.
But I can roll Dex if wisdom.
Not for survival. For survival, it has to. It's survival or it's wisdom, survival, or just wisdom if you don't have the survival proficiency.
Gotcha. 21.
21 for Deimos. Juniper.
11.
Ian.
18.
We'll check.
I'm gonna change my order a bit to give Fletch time to roll. Vibrant.
14.
Bog.
15.
Duros.
Hey,
Was that a dirty 20 or a natural 20?
dirty. Sorry.
Okay. And Fletch.
18.
18. So
18.
good. So you continue on for another hour or so. In the second hour, what you find is the path goes very steep. It's not quite perpendicular to where you are, but it's a very steep angle that's going to require you to do a little bit of climbing, especially given the terrain. So you've ever been on a hike and you kind of get to that point where you kind of have to get on all fours to get up to the next step. That's where you are with this. So what I'm going to ask is for each of you to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. And then give me a second and I'll call out the names of each person. So Deimos,
Acrobatics check, 21.
21. Juniper.
Acrobatics 14.
Okay, and remember it's athletics or acrobatics, so use whichever one's higher for you in terms of modifiers. So Ian.
I rolled a nat 1, but it would be 4.
Nat 1, okay. Fletch?
I did athletics and I was 16.
Duros?
22.
Bog? You're muted, sir.
Oh, wait, do I have him muted? Or is he, there we go.
30-20.
Okay. And Vibrant?
12 acrobatics.
So, everybody but Ian, you make the scramble. You make the scramble up the hill, catching your footing. Ian, you stumble a little bit, and as you fall, you kind of catch your ankle in an odd angle, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
But then the others, having scrambled up, are able to help pull you up and get you to the top. So as you reach the next area, you continue on for a little bit, and you start to see that it's getting really dark. It's the light is starting to fade, and you should be looking for a spot to camp for the night. Who's trying to? Do you want to continue? Actually, I'll give you the option. You can continue. There will be a potential for points of exhaustion to start to accumulate here, or you can try to see if you can locate a suitable spot for camping.
If we sleep, do we get hit points back?
Yep.
We do.
I could nap. I could have a nap.
I could do some cooking for everybody.
I'm up for trying to find camp. I've been alone in these woods long enough to know that the cold will eventually subdue us. So I would make a point to say we should probably camp out.
Okay. So let's
start us a fire.
So let's do this. So just who's going to be actively looking for? Who's got the highest kind of survival proficiencies here? I would assume it's the ranger. Ranger.
I actually have +3 for survival.
Oh,
Okay.
so it's me.
So do I.
That makes sense.
The
Oh,
druid.
Deimos, you do as well? You-
Yeah, +3 for survival. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Bog has +5.
Oh wow.
Bog has +5.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll give you a choice. The three of you, because I'm taking advantage of your survival piece in terms of finding a suitable place to camp. The three of you could either have one of you roll with advantage, or each of you can roll, and I'll determine based on the cumulative scores what we find.
Well, the smart thing would be to let Bog roll with advantage.
Yeah. Bog, take it.
Don't let us down.
With advantage.
15?
Yeah.
15's
With
exactly.
advantage, though, right?
Yeah, did you roll with
Yeah.
advantage? Yeah.
I actually rolled a 4 the first one.
Okay. Yeah, 15's exactly what you needed for this. So it takes you a little bit of time, but you do find a suitable spot for camping. And if you go to Owlbear, I'll show you what the spot looks like. Hold on.
To Owlbear.
And I'll share the screen for those following at home.
Yeah, I don't have Al there.
That's okay. I'll share it up on the screen here in a second.
Kuyo.
Give me a moment.
Balance trees. Pocket formation.
Shifted to a different world.
Okay. So the area you're able to find is this seems to be a suitable spot for you to set up a camp. There's some nice little alcoves and so forth to put your backs so they're not open or wide open to anybody coming up behind. There's some trees that you can break down for some campfire wood, that kind of thing. But this is the camping area that you find. In terms of placement, let me go over here. And I'm going to apologize. I did not get a chance to make your custom tokens yet. It is on my list of things to do.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
Oh my god, can't believe it.
I know.
What have you been doing all week?
It's
What, are you working or something? Gross.
it's hard. It's hard, guys. I know. So there's our cleric. So Bog, that's you. There's our druid, Fletch. There's our monk,
Overtime.
Deimos. There's our paladin Ian, our ranger Duros, our rogue Juniper, because I don't have enough tokens on here. Here's our sorcerer Vibrant. So, of this area, tell me where you guys want to actually set up your camp.
Thinking behind the down tree, no?
This
I would say
area.
in that little alcove to the right there.
Like over in this area here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cover.
And you guys
Although
did-
part of me is set up.
Yeah, and if you guys are actually on Owlbear yourselves with the link that I sent, you can go ahead and move yourself where you want to be. That's fine. So you're able to establish a camp here. Is somebody getting a fire? Tell me what you guys are doing to prepare for the camp.
I would be gathering sticks, and I will use prestidigitation to light fire.
Okay.
Could help with the fire.
Yeah. Fletch would also like to fire.
I would like to fire.
Okay. The fire is easily lit.
So much fire.
Anybody else doing anything as you?
Are we gonna do a watch system? What's the plan? Or are we all going to sleep?
Can I start cooking for people?
I didn't know.
You may.
What are you gonna cook?
So
2 hour walk.
So before we get to watch, so the fire is set. So Fletch, if you want to cook with your new feet,
I want to cook with my new feet.
and I'm trying to remember, do you have to roll for that, or is it just takes time to do it, or?
I think it was something like 2 hours, but I have to
Okay.
find it.
Well, you can take a look at that.
Medicine roll.
No, it wasn't medicine.
Actually, I'll look it up too because these new Tasha things are pretty cool.
There's so much. Okay, chef. Okay, game bonus, constitution, wisdom. It's just whenever we take a short rest, I can help everybody gain temporary hit points, and if I cook stuff, I can help them with that too.
Okay, so that's a short rest,
But I might-
and then with 1 hour of work or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, I want to cook a number of treats for my proficiency bonus.
Okay, and those last 8 hours after being
All
made.
2 of them.
Okay. Okay, so you can work on that, and you can let me know who you want to give those to, or how you want to do the tastings, as it were.
I'll probably give them to Bog and Duros.
Do I get HP?
Well, if you eat what I make,
Is
for
it
you,
gross?
Probably.
I'll eat it.
Well, so keep in mind for these treats, since you're going to go to a rest, what I would recommend is maybe hanging on to them, because the treats themselves.
Oh, that's right.
They're
Yeah.
good for
that's true.
they're good for
Just
8 hours.
Throw it at them.
Yeah, they're good for 8 hours, and according to this, as a bonus action, so that includes during combat, you can eat one of them to gain temporary hit points equal to the chef's proficiency bonus, which is 2.
Right, I'll pocket them.
Pocket
Pocket snacks.
Pocket snacks. That's like my whole life. That's my whole life. It's
Yeah, really,
snacks.
it's protein bars.
Protein bars, snacks
I'm
of all
getting-
kinds.
Is Bob getting a snack too, or just Duros and you?
Probably Bog and Duros. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys help me the most. But if I'm holding on to them, I guess no one right now. But
Okay.
I'll probably throw them at you.
So
Minnie Mouse bars.
So if anybody else wants to do something before settling down for the rest, let me know. But what's the watch order going to be for the night's rest? Who's taking first watch?
I'll take first.
Take second.
I'll take the watch that is probably in the deepest of the night because I am used to the cold, so it's not going to bother me.
Okay.
I'll take the last watch.
Let's do this. Given the group and making sure everybody gets equal rest, let's say there's going to be a total of 4 watch periods. So I've got Ian with the first watch, Jamos with the second, Vibrant. I'm going to put you at the third because that should be the darkest before we start to get into the morning hours.
I'll take the fourth.
Okay.
Me and Fletch will take the fourth.
Okay. Fletch and Duros on fourth rest.
Am I getting HP back?
Did you rest?
Yeah.
So
In the morning.
Yeah. So once we complete the rest, if you complete the rest,
Jesus.
we'll go over the recovery. So with that, it's 250. Let's take a quick 10-minute bio break. refills, those kind of things. We'll return at 3 o'clock, and we'll pick up with the rest.
Did you give us a link to share the stream?
I'll send it out in the Facebook Messenger to the group here, so you guys can share it.
Okay.
But I'll get that taken care of. So we'll be back in 10 minutes at 3 o'clock.
Good.
And let me get the break up. And we'll... Okay. So you guys have set camp. You've set your watches. By the way, whoever drew the fire on the Albert, that's awesome. Thank you. So first watch, I have Ian. So Ian, you're taking the first watch. I think you're taking it by yourself, it seems. So make a perception check for me.
No modifier. 9.
Go ahead.
9.
Sorry, what was that, Ray?
All of us?
No, just Ian. So we're now going in watch
Yeah.
order. So you guys have eaten. You're bedding down. You're trying to get some rest now at this point. Ian has first watch, with the goggles that he didn't remember he had, so he's able to see things. And he rolled a 9 on his perception check. So Ian, you hear the wind, picking up a little bit through the trees here. And it echoes. You know how it's like in New York City when you're standing in the street and it's just kind of that wind tunnel effect.
Oh yeah.
You feel that.
Newly.
You feel that kind of cut through. You pull yourself just a little bit tighter because of the chill, but the watch seems to go uneventful. And so the end of your watch comes, and you're able to go wake up Deimos for his turn, and you can go rest yourself. So, Deimos, you're up for watch.
Relieved.
What was that?
What kind of check am I rolling?
Roll a perception check, please.
18.
18. Very similar to Ian. So, wind, the cold, not much change, but it does start to get incredibly dark as it gets later into the evening. It's really fortunately you have dark vision, so you're able to see with your elven eyes. You catch an owl in the distance of one of the trees. You see the large shape for a moment, and as you squint in, you see the wings kind of expand, and it swoops down and grabs something into the snow and flies away. But other than that, your watch also is rather uneventful, unless there's anything else you want to do during your watch.
I feel like there's going to be some shenanigans. Can I use special action to do Mask of the Wild?
Sure. What is the... Gotta go.
I can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly against the dirt.
You can. I mean, so you can hide during your watch, essentially, is what you'll be doing, correct?
Yeah, where I can hide when... more important, I want to hide during the whoever's watch is after me.
Okay. So the next watch is actually Vibrant and Bog. So if you want to go ahead and you wake them up, and then you go off as if you're going to rest, and it sounds like you're going to hide then, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Vibrant and Bog, your watch is up. This is the third watch. Anything you guys want to do before we get into any checks or anything?
I guess as we're doing the watch, and since it's me and Bog, I'll actually kind of like sit next to Bog, and as we're like looking at the fire, I'll ask him if he's okay with it, if he can kind of just clear up some details about. I kind of pull out my dragon book, and I kind of want to write about his black dragon to have another story in the book if he was willing to share.
It's Bog story time.
Oh, sure, Vibrant. I can't really tell you too much. What I do know is this. In the middle of the back end of the Mirror Dead Men, there's this old decrepit tower, still standing. Basically, one of the first things you should learn as a hatchling is don't go near the tower, I think that back in the day, some powerful human wizard or sorcerer like that thing you do tried to become immortal by becoming a lich, And actually, it might have been a dragon, because there was kind of like a cult of dragon worshippers. I guess one day down the road, maybe an ancestor or something. Yeah. Um, this ancient black dragon, Viraga showed up. And pretty much everyone almost thought it was a rumor, yeah, because no one really heard anything. But the night that there was the attack, yeah, he showed up. Um, he, I mean, he's big. He's very vicious. Um, not very devious kind of attack, more head on, straightforward, but definitely got an attitude problem, yeah. And he breathes acid, lots and lots of acid, just spews out green lines of acid, yeah. Um,
He'll he'll pat him on the back and you know, very sorry for the loss of everyone that you might have been friends with in that battle. Black dragons are usually of the leave no one behind, so you are very lucky to get away from that.
well, thank you. Don't worry too much about it. Like I told my little friend Fletch, we don't have emotions, so as painful as it was to lose my whole tribe, you guys are the closest thing to, I guess, what you humans call like a real tribe or a family. Yeah, so as long as I don't lose you guys, I am okay. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere, so appreciate it. Just keep like kind of looking at the fire as he like jots down the information just to add another page to the book.
If Fletch dies, we riot.
So
Oh
as
God, yeah.
that'll be the mascot. We'll make a little bird symbol. Do like the mocking.
I like
If
that
that
to do that
happens-
for you guys.
Yeah, be like the mocking.
If that happens, Bog does the opposite of that old joke about I don't care how big the room is, fireball.
I don't care how metal this thing we're standing is. Cold lightning, all 3 rounds.
So as you're having your story, Bog, with your observant nature, you hear the snapping of what seems to be louder than a branch, about say 75 feet to the northwest.
Okay, so in the middle of the conversation, Bog will just all of a sudden like quickly like lean in and put his one hand over Vibrant's mouth, and he'll put another hand over Taylor, and he'll go,
Shh. Guys, I got something. Heard something snap.
and then Bog will gets down like in his crocodile style stance. He's like walks around a little bit. He's like,
About 75, 80 feet that way.
and points to the direction. So he's kind of like,
You might want to get ready. It's like, I don't think we should wake anyone up just yet. Let me wade forward a little bit and see if I can figure out what's coming with. Yeah.
If he says that, I'll immediately snuff the fire and go on my dark vision and try to I'll stay still, but I'm just going to use dark vision just to kind of like really see in the direction he's going, keep eyes on him.
But you snuff the fire. You put the fire out.
Yeah.
Okay.
and Bog's just gonna go. Again, now he's on. I'm sure we've all seen gators like walk on land. He's not standing up. He's on all fours, keeping low, snaking behind trees. Smelling as he goes. I'm assuming he's allowed to have those built-in swimming lens eyes when he's underwater. He'll put down in case any snow's coming on him, and he'll close about a little less than half the distance, maybe a third to where he heard the sound, and then stop and listen and smell and see if he can pick up anything else.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me as you're skirting along here.
Yes, sir. Stealth. That would be. Ooh, that's not bad. Alrighty, it's a +4. So let me see for stealth. 16.
16. So you skirt between the kind of the rock face and the tree there, and you're going towards the direction of the sound. And as you get right around the corner, as you try to stay hidden away, you see the source of the noise. So in front of you is a giant with two heads. And the heads seem to be involved in a rather animate conversation between the two. So you hear one go,
I thought you said you saw something.
I did. It was this way. I saw a glow like a fire, but it's not there now. But they're probably still there.
I hope you're right. I'm really getting hungry.
Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to go over there. So come on.
I'm going.
And so the two heads are arguing with this one giant body, and it's starting to move in the direction of the camp.
Okay, this is what Bog's gonna do. Before, let me see. It's been check my spells. Hold on, see what it does.
So, Bog, I'm moving you on the map. I'm assuming you're kind of like right around this area where you can get line of sight on them, but you're not revealed yet. So,
yes. So Bog is going to, with a range of 60 feet. So it's like 5, 10, 15. Since he heard them say, and Bog speaks giant, by the way, since he heard them say they saw a glow and a fire, he's going to cast Sacred Flame right around here. So it won't catch anything on fire, but it'll give off like a glow as if there was fire. You know, kind of like a flare to crack the missile.
Yep.
And then when that happens, he's going to immediately shimmer back to Vibrant and be like, got a giant. Would Bog know what it is if he speaks giant?
You've been around enough. You would probably at least be familiar with the fact that it's an Etten. Yeah. So.
Okay. It's an Etten. Got two heads. They talk to each other, kind of like you and your tail. Bad news. Like, we might want to wake everybody up in case they come this way. Don't want to disturb the rest. Yeah, but we might want some backup with these two.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slowly start kind of point and poke.
Oh, and he'll also tell him, while we wake him up, and I show him where I put the Sacred Flame, it's like, they saw the fire, like start prestidigitating some flames back that way. Yeah, maybe we can confuse them. They're not too bright. Yeah, not too bright.
So can you show me again on the map where you did the Sacred Flame? Just I want to...
All right, so if I was here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, can you see my mouse or no?
I cannot. So there's a laser pointer feature in the owlbear. So if you go over the thing that looks like a cocked eyebrow or a teardrop, the second one up, if you click on that, you can then use that to kind of draw space with the laser pointer.
Unfortunately, I'm not on Owlbear.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm going to now I can describe it to you.
Don't touch.
So right where I am,
Yep.
I am diagonal to them.
Correct.
So from where I'm standing, it has a 60-foot range.
Okay.
So I'm going to push it as far up and like, if you see where the tree, it's like a U. If you went straight up from where my token is, where it kind of like goes like this, I'm going to put the Sacred Flame.
Oh, you mean it up here?
No, right, yeah, right there.
Okay.
I'm going to put it right there so it gives off the flash and they can see it, but not like right out in the open. So we're just like, oh, you know what that was.
Okay, so as soon as you cast that, you hear one.
What was that?
I don't know. Maybe they got behind us.
And you hear vroom, 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 as the Etten starts to head in that direction.
Is it one giant with two heads, or is it two giants?
It's one giant with two heads.
Giant with two heads.
Yeah. So as it moves off, this starts to get outside of, you lose line of sight on them, and it's also really dark. So.
Well, I'm back with the group anyway now by this point, so I would have lost line of sight anyway.
Okay.
Um.
So are you waking everybody
Oh,
else up,
God.
guys? I know you were doing.
Yeah, we're gonna wake
Yeah.
we're gonna start waking everyone else up.
No, mommy.
Okay, so
no.
everybody's now awake.
I'm gonna wake up and be like, "What's going on?"
Giant golden Enton. 2 heads, not too bright. Put an arrow in each of them.
Okay. Do I get my HP back?
Actually, because you would have been on last rest. So yeah, so you and Fletcher are rested fully.
Ready to go.
All right. So I can't do prestidigitation at that distance, but what I can do is I'll take a stick, light it on fire, and you're just gonna see me do like one of these, like kind of like pushing forward. You're gonna see the stick just start floating out about 60 feet away from where we are.
Okay.
So in that area roughly where he had cast Sacred Flame, I'll try to have and I'll just have the stick floating in the air.
Can I see the giant?
Not currently, not from where you are.
Not currently. Okay.
So so you guys are all still in that alcove now, and especially those that are waking up. The giant is somewhere away. You don't know where yet. You've just been informed.
I informed them the direction of the sacred flame. And my question is, in the alcove we're in, the rocks that separate us and those trees right through the fire, are they scalable?
They would be. It's going to take an athletics check, but you could try to climb up them. Yeah. The rock face is a perpendicular. It's 90 degrees up, but there's enough places to get a foothold and a handhold to do a climb if you needed to. I say, and it goes up about 20 feet, 25 feet.
Okay. So while we're figuring out what to do, I'm gonna take a bottle of my mushroom oil, and I'm gonna light 3 arrows, or I'm gonna coat 3 arrowheads with it.
Okay. So you apply the tincture to your arrowheads.
Yes. Not yet. Not yet.
So with the stick that's vibrant you had put out with the lighting, can you show me? Do you have the owlbear? Can you show me exactly kind of where you were with that?
So, I'm assuming where did so they're there? I assume it was going to be somewhere over here.
Okay. So I'm going to keep them up there. I thought it was off to the side. Okay, perfect.
Right.
So they're up there, and Bog, you can faintly hear them. Kind of, you're just catching sounds on the wind of
What's going?
they're it's a mix of confusion and frustration, but you can't quite make out everything that's being said.
All right, but I can't see them, correct?
Correct.
I was going to say, if I can see them, I can actually read lips now, believe it or not, along with being observant.
Yeah. It's only because of your very heightened perception that you're even making out what's coming in on the wind.
Okay, so Bog's just going to ask, he's like, can anybody give me a boost? I don't want to, fall on my tail, but I got an idea, yeah. Kind of get the jump on them if they come back this way, yeah.
I mean, Fletch will help. I don't know what she can do.
I don't know if you're gonna boost the 8-foot tall lizard.
I can see on his shoulders.
I mean,
you don't know.
he could boost you. I have a rope. Does that help?
I can't even do my voice with this damn COVID shot I had yesterday. Excuse me. Well, that's better. Well, it might kind of help. Do I get the idea that even if I don't climb the rock, if I put Fletch on my shoulders, kind of like a Kenku periscope, she can have line of sight on anything, or no?
It's still going to be short because again, it's about 20. I'm going to say it's closer to 20 feet at that point. It's 25 feet for the next Fletch up. So even if she's on your shoulders, you're probably looking at about 13 feet. You're about 8 foot, and she's another 5, roughly. I'm rounding down like you do in D&D.
Right.
So.
All right. So I'm going to try to climb.
Okay. Give me an athletics check then.
This will go well. Not really. Hold on a second. Do I have guidance? That'd be a good question to ask.
And
Of course not. Why would you take guidance for?
And Deimos, I'm assuming you're still hidden. So if you haven't already, just move yourself where you think you're going to be, or where you think you would be, or have the baby do it. One of the two. But I just want to make sure we know where you are since you're still hidden.
That's a big 2. I don't even get off the ground. I just put one claw and just scratch the mountain.
Yeah, it's between the cold and the ice, and the first rock that you grab kind of gives just under the sheer size of your body, and you can't seem to quite get a footing to start the scale.
Well, time for plan B, guys. I'll keep a listen and see if they come back this way, and if they do, we can nail them right around when they come out the corner there, yeah.
And I show them where you had them originally.
Okay.
Well, like, direct towards that area. When they were like, oh, yeah, you're confused. Like, yeah, right around there. I'll tell them that that's where we should probably ambush him.
Can Fletch climb as well? Is that athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics for the climb. If you want to try it, go ahead.
I'll try it.
I will put her on my shoulders first, so she gets at least a 7-foot head start.
Okay.
So what does that give me?
It's so because of the distance and with your movement, I was probably going to make you make 2 athletics checks to see if you could scale it.
Okay.
In this case, I'm only going to make you make 1, so you've got the added boost from his shoulders.
Is this pre-sunrise?
Yeah. So this is like darkness of the night still. So the equivalent would be almost like a 3 to 4 a.m. kind of time frame.
Okay.
Because we hadn't gotten to the last watch yet, which would have got us into the sunrise, early dawn. So
It was 13, but without added things.
it was just 13 on the die.
It was 13 with my added
Okay.
athletics, but yeah.
So you're able to get a little bit of a footing, but just you get about halfway up and you start to slip, and as you start to slip, you're catching, and Bog catches you as you come down. You're just not quite able to complete the scale.
So no help at all.
You tried. That's helpful.
I tried.
So I don't like giants. Are we gonna go kill this thing?
Not technically a giant, but
We probably should, because I can
Aren't there 2 of them?
and they were talking
No,
that they were hungry. So, unless they're really dumb and decide to completely leave, they're eventually gonna walk around this way. Yeah, so we might as well, they thought we got behind them, so maybe we actually should get behind them. Yeah.
And as you're saying that, you can hear like the
Thump, thump. I'm just back over this way.
All right.
It's gotta be.
So I want to walk in sight of it, and I want to throw my necklace of giant ears on the ground in front of it so they can see it.
okay. So you're gonna move out.
oh balls.
And with that, let's go ahead and as we get to that point, let's roll initiatives. Because I think since you're going to challenge them openly, this is going to go sideways. Give me 1 second. I'll call out for the initiative scores. And let me get the counter going.
Oh no.
That's okay. It's just initiative.
I'm gonna ask me to
Well, that got personal in a hurry.
yeah, I did.
Duros, your initiative.
What do I add to it?
Where's your initiative score?
It's your
Oh,
dex.
there it is.
Yep.
It is +4. So
no.
21.
21.
What was that?
Our dog's freaking out. So.
That's okay.
Hey.
Deimos, what about
No.
you?
That.
What was it?
Hold on,
I'm sorry.
buddy.
11.
Okay. Juniper?
17.
17. Is that, did you take the other thing that we were talking about for the initiative? Or no? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
Let me just see. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I just want to check. I don't think you did. Okay. Yeah, no, not currently. So we were talking about that alacrity one at one point, but I think you went a different direction, so it's all good. We're fine. So 17. Ian, what about you?
17.
Nice. Fletch?
4.
Ooh. Well, if there's a time to roll low, now's the time, right? So,
Yeah.
Vibrant?
23.
Ooh.
Bog?
18.
18. And let me see what our friend, or friends, the Etten, rolled. Okay. Okay, so Duros, you walk out in kind of almost a walking tall kind of moment. You just kind of stump through the snow. You can see the Etten ahead of you, and you just toss the.
By walking tall, do you mean the Dwayne Johnson movie?
I was actually
Tall?
thinking the one that goes back in like
Jodan Baker.
Yeah.
Jodan Baker.
I don't know what that is.
That's the original.
Yeah.
The original actor.
It
Original
predates.
one.
It's about the same time as the Slee Stacks, just to kind of bring that continuity back together.
Okay, go on.
So, and you toss the giant ears out in front, and the Etten stops, and you see both heads kind of look at each other, and then look back, and
I guess you were right. There is something to eat.
I told you. I told you.
and they start to charge towards you. They haven't seen, by the way, anybody else at this point. They just see you. So, but with that, and going in order of initiative, Vibrant, you're first.
So I'm gonna see him walk out, throw the things down, and me and Taylor are just gonna shake our heads and be like, "He had to go. Not a giant, but he has issues. Okay." And I'm just gonna take I'm actually gonna take the stick I had that's on fire, and I'm just gonna catapult it right at him, right at the tree ant there.
Is it not a giant?
It's a
giant.
It's a giant, right?
It's a giant, Ken. So you got an 8.
Like a tree creature, isn't it?
What?
I got a 19 on the die plus mine's a plus plus 6, so 25.
25 hits. Yeah. So go ahead and
all right.
Roll damage.
And then all right. And then it's up to you if you want to add fire to it, because technically the stick's on fire, but it's technically just 3d8.
Yeah.
So 6.
Throw the fire on there too.
So 15 points of fire damage, right to the side of the Ent's head. So it's just all of a sudden out of the woods, just gets smashed as it's charging, run with a piece of lit stick.
Well, and just to clarify, it's an Etten, not an Ent.
Oh, Etten.
Etten, okay. Two-headed, yeah. Gotcha. So as it's looking and charging towards Duros, this flaming stick comes off from the side and just right into the side of one of its heads. And what the frick? You know, and he's like smacking his head, trying to like put down the fire.
Yeah.
Ash in the eye.
There's more than one. Keep watch.
And he's continuing to charge forward.
I'll also be probably moving back to the south a little bit, but less in the way, because I want to be nearby, but not directly in the line of fire.
Okay, so where do you have access to Albert to move yours, or do you want me to move? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and arrange where you want to be. Duros.
Yeah, I'll probably backtrack to about right there.
Okay, perfect. Duros, you're up. You were second.
Okay, so here's a question for you.
Sure.
Is he still on fire?
No, it kind of hit and it scorched and burned him, and he got ashes in his one eye on his one head, but he's not in flames.
Is there any way I can get Fletch to come out from the campsite and light one of my arrows?
On her turn.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Let me put a mark on him, just so we don't forget it. And I think we said green for your mark, so we'll do that. There we go. Okay.
Then I'm gonna hit him in the face. Now, did Mikey do damage? Did Vibrant do damage?
Yeah, he did do damage.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit him in the face with an arrow.
Go for it.
15. Um, 22?
22 certainly hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. All right. So. So 1d8. 6. So 10 plus 1d6 for the hunter's mark. 6. So 16 plus 1d8 for Colossal Slayer because he's already hurt. That's 3. So 19 damage.
Not bad, not bad. A lot of good modifiers there. So yeah, you let the arrow fly, and as the one Etten is like still brushing it off, the one's like,
Keep watch.
your arrow just sinks right into the side of the chest by the other head, and he kind of looks down. The other one's like, ha ha, laughing at his friend. He's like, see,
Shut up. Let's kill them.
anything else you want to do?
I want to call to Fletch to light one of my arrows.
Okay, so you call out to Fletch, whose turn is coming up relatively soon. So, Bog.
Yeah, we can get to that.
Bog is going to walk basically as far as he can, right? Almost in those trees over there. So like just move up diagonally. Yep. And he's going to hold his action for this turn anyway, until the Entons walk past him.
Got it. Okay. So you're holding your action. Next up, Ian.
Can I close the distance to actually engage them, or am I just moving out?
You've got what, 30 feet? You can get out to where the collective is here, so you can get out to like this area. I'm doing kind of rough approximations because the placements were all over. But.
So then I'm gonna throw Hunter's Mark. Since I can't actually attack him, I'll throw Hunter's Mark on him as well.
Okay. I don't think there's any reason those can't stack, so that's fine.
Well, I think Hunter's Mark's only potent to the person who cast it anyway.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Okay. Anything else for you, Ian?
I think that's it for the moment until I can actually engage.
Gotta buy a ring first.
Aw. Juniper. Your turn. You're muted, guys. There we go. Perfect.
Cool. I would like to move closer so I can get a better view of what's going on, because I'm currently still in the campsite.
Well, and you've got your cat-like stuff too, so your movement speed can be faster here, right? So
yes.
So I'm going to put you here for now, but you still have a little bit of movement left just with that. But.
Perfect. All right. I'm just looking at my list. Can I actually try one of my spells?
You certainly may.
I'll try the booming blade.
Okay. Keep in mind. So the range on that it's self, right? So branch a weapon used in spells cast and make a melee attack with it. So you're going to have to be in melee range to make this one.
Oh, that's close to 5.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll just move closer.
Okay. So
I'm not quite sure how much. Okay, so I understand that they're 5 feet each square.
Right. So your cat-like, your feline agility gives you double your speed until the end of the turn, right? If you want to use that trait. So I'm going to say in this case you do. So double your speed would have been 60 feet. Rough approximation, I'm going to say 5, 10, 15, let's say this was about 40 feet to get to where you are from where you were. So you have another 20 feet of movement. So that would be 4 squares to move if you want to move closer to the creature. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit too, just to maybe make it a little easier to. There we go.
I'm just thinking. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
It's okay. I'm just glad you're back. It's nice having you back and playing Juniper. So.
Thank you. All right, so if I move the 20 feet, can you move me 20 feet so I can see how much?
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet would be about right here.
All right, so that leaves me exactly 5 feet?
10 feet.
10 feet. Oh, there's, okay.
Now, here's another option for you. I know you're getting used to using these and everything. Another option for you is to stay back a little bit. You do have Tasha's Hideous Laughter. That has a range of 30 feet, and you could try that if you wanted to.
Yeah. Let's try that. I'm just trying to get a feel of how these work.
Yep. So I'm going to put you back here. So Duros is still the one who's going to get run over first in the current scenario. But this is within 10, 15. This is within 30 feet.
Okay.
So for Tasha's, if you go to your spells, under your first level spells, you've got Hideous Laughter. If you click on that, it'll give you the specifics.
All right. I clicked on it, and it kind of filled in a slot.
Okay, so it used one of your spell slots, which is perfect. So a creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything is hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter as the spell affects it. Okay, so I have to
Joker, yes.
I have to make a wisdom saving throw. Or I'm going to fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected. So let me check on the intelligence of my elf.
Okay.
He's just smart enough to get the joke. So what you're going to do is you're going to cast this, and since this is a saving throw, it's going to be on me to roll. Okay, and then depending on whatever my roll is, it'll determine exactly what happens with the spell. If you want to add flavor to it, I'm open to bad jokes to make this more realistic for his laughter. But
a bad joke.
Yeah.
The only one that comes to mind right now is how do you make a tissue dance?
Put a little boogie in it.
Yeah, Fletch knows this.
So you step out and you cast Hideous Laughter, and you tell your joke, and the Ettins look at each other and they look at you, and the one snorts, and the other one is like, "What are you?" I guess it was kind of funny, and then now they're just doubling over in laughter, and they fall prone. So they fall to their knees in the snow, just laughing hysterically at your joke. So that was successful, and so now the creature is incapacitated by your bad joke.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
You're so positive about that. That was successful.
This is the hard part. This is where I'm rooting for the monster, but I'm also trying to root for my players, so I've got to balance the two. So
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
And kind of just reflect on how these things work. This was a good example. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So Deimos, we're to you now. You're hidden, nothing's noticed you yet. So what do you want to do?
So I'm gonna have like a little inner monologue. It's just like these guys are gonna get themselves killed.
Let's hear it. What's the monologue?
Monologue. It's just like I'm surrounded by idiots. See how large that giant is? I'm gonna make mashed potatoes out of all you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna move through
Okay.
the brush an inch closer
You're still like,
this way because I have what is it called? I have increased movement speed, 45
Okay.
feet. So I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna hold action.
Okay, what are you holding for? What?
I'm gonna hold for an attack of opportunity. See if that giant comes closer and I can catch him on his flank or the rear.
Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to hold your attack. It won't be an attack of opportunity because an attack of opportunity is specific to if he was engaged and moving away,
Yes,
then you would have that. So
Okay.
for this one though, you're going to hold your attack, and as soon as he comes in within range, we'll enact that and let you do the reaction to flank him.
Gotcha.
Same thing with you, Ian. So any hold action is treated as a reaction until we get back to your turn, and then basically
Okay.
the action's lost. That's the way that works. Okay, so Deimos is holding. So now it is our friend the Ettin's turn, and he's doubled over from laughter. I have to make my saving throw again at each of the turn. Target has advantage if it's triggered by damage on a success. Okay, so yeah. So I get a
How large
wisdom.
is this giant anyway?
What was that?
How large is this giant anyway?
He's a good 10, 11 feet tall. He looks a little bit bigger, just I think because of the way you guys are sinking into the snow a little bit. It's kind of hard to judge a bit, but he's at least 10 feet tall. He's a good sized giant. Let's see. Wisdom save. 15. Just give me a second. Sorry, just making sure. I probably have something. Yep. So -2 is 16, and your spell save is a wisdom of 12. Okay. So at the end of his turn, the Ettin, you hear him stop laughing. He's still prone on his knees, but the laughter stops, and both heads look up in the direction of the group and snort. That's the end of the turn. What's up, Duras?
Are you letting Fletch attack or?
Well, yeah, she's next. She's last. The initiative order
Roll a
was.
4.
That's
Yeah.
right. You
Yeah.
did roll a 4.
The initiative order
You
was
did
the
roll a 4.
so now and just to explain for Juniper. So Juniper, your spell incapacitated the Ettin. The Ettin didn't really get to do anything on its turn, but at the end of its turn, it could roll the save, and now it's shaken off the spell. But the benefit of this is basically he couldn't do anything. You kept him from being able to do anything, including attacking, for that turn. So that was a win. So Fletch, it's you.
I would like to move so far as I can, but also enabling me to cast Ice Knife.
Okay, let's see what we got here. So what's your movement speed?
I think it's 30.
I think it should be. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So 30 will put you out here.
And Ice Knife is 60 feet.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so you're within range, and I'm going to say with this brush and everything, the brush isn't solid. You guys can cast through it. You can get line of sight. It's not just a collection of trees that you can't see. So it's not covered.
Okay. So I do this. I have 17.
A 17 and a 17 will hit.
And so that does 7 damage.
7 points of damage. Just let me see something real quick. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So, and there's also if you want to go ahead and hold on, I'll make the saving throw. So we got 7 damage for the initial ice knife, right? So that's 7. And then since he's technically within 5 feet, he also gets the cold damage. I don't think anybody else is in 5 feet. No. So let me make my dex saving throw.
You shoot.
No. I mean, I can throw it, but I don't know if you can do anything with it. It might light you on fire.
Okay, and he failed his dexterity saving throw, so why don't you go ahead and roll the 2d6 for the cold damage?
Oh boy. All right. Let's see. 2d6. Two of these. 2d6 is 7.
So additional 7. Okay, so yeah, perfect. So you throw your ice knife. It goes cutting through the brush and right into the chest, and as it hits the Etin, it shatters, and just these ice crystals just kind of start to form all over it. It's, he starts to brush it.
This isn't worth it. Shut up and fight.
Can I light my produce flame in my hand for Duros whenever he's ready to do stuff?
That's so. You can't do produce flame as a bonus action, correct?
Yeah.
I'm just checking too. It's an action, so you're gonna have to wait because your action was the ice knife. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Sorry, Duros.
And with that,
will wait.
Go ahead. You good?
No, I think we're back to Vibrant.
We are back to the top of the round.
All right.
You didn't need to. You wanted to.
All right. So Vibrant is going to. I guess we're just going to just softball throw
Can you produce flame?
I can.
All right. No, go ahead. I'm just curious.
I'm going to wind up a softball-sized glass of pulsating energy and throw it at him. And as I release it, it's going to glow bright orange with a reek of fire as it goes flying for as my chromatic orb goes flying for the beast.
Okay.
And we got 16 plus 6 to 22.
Damn, you guys are lighting it up. Yep, that hits.
A little upset. It was almost a 20, and then it decided it wanted to roll the other direction. Very upsetting. Can't win them all. All right. So chromatic orb is it's 3d8. So 16 points of fire.
16 fire. Okay, so your orb hits right on the heel of the ice knife, and as the flames, you see the ice crystals just kind of melt away, and now he's covered in fire and scorch marks.
Stop screaming and get up. We got it.
So, and keep in mind, he's still on his knees as all this is happening. He hasn't gotten a chance to even stand up yet. So, anything else from you?
I'll back up behind. I'm gonna move kind of off to the side over here to see if I can draw attention. See if he decides to charge my way instead of charging towards everyone else.
Got it. Duros, you and your non-flaming arrows are up next.
All right. And I don't have flaming arrows yet.
That's why I said non-flaming. Non-flaming.
I can't help you.
So I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike. And so that gives me advantage on a weapon attack roll, and the attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on a hit.
Okay.
All right. Nat 20.
Nice.
Jesus.
So that's 28, I believe.
So nat 20 hits. So we got a lot of damage here to reconcile, by the way, because you also had Hunter's Mark on here too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a minute.
Yeah, so
right,
the nat 20, keep in mind, will double the attack for the bow. And then we're gonna add in the various modifiers, including the Zephyr Strike. So you don't get to double the Zephyr Strike.
Okay, so I'm going to go 1d8 for the regular attack.
Correct, and that's going to get doubled.
Right.
For the critical hit. Yep.
Okay. Grew too fast.
Out of the box.
Okay, 6 plus, so 10 for the regular attack.
Okay.
Is that double?
And then, am I rolling again, or are we just doubling that?
So typically the way I've been doing it with you guys is we just take whatever you rolled and times it by 2. So that would be 20 total then, right? For the regular attack.
Okay. So, what do you want to do first? You want to do Zephyr Strike? Or you want to do
so let's
Hunter's Mark?
Let's do it in order of operations. So do the Hunter's Mark next, because you had that one up already.
Okay. So Hunter's Mark is 1d6. So that's 2. Okay. All right. That's not too bad.
Okay. Plus 2 for Hunter's Mark.
So that's 2.
And sorry, going back to the first one with the bow. Sorry about that. So the first one, when you rolled it, that 10, was that with your modifier for the weapon? What was the straight roll?
Yeah, that was with my modifier.
Okay, what was the straight roll though? Was it 6 and then plus 4? Is that what you did?
Hang on.
This is where we get bogged down. It's no pun intended, bog.
No. That was actually. Fuck no. So it was 1d8. So I said 10.
You said 10. Yep.
Yeah. So my hit DC is plus 8.
Well,
I did not get a 2. I thought it was a 6.
So what is with your bow? What is the damage modifier for all your rolls? You have a 1d6 plus whatever, right? So what was the plus?
Oh no, I'm getting confused. I apologize.
It's okay.
So I rolled a 6, which was the d8 plus 4, so that's 10.
Okay, so perfect. So what we're going to do though, since it was a critical hit, the only thing that gets doubled is the roll portion. So the 6 gets doubled, which would make that
12.
12 plus 4 was 16 for the critical hit, plus 2 now for the Hunter's Mark, and now and now let's roll for the Zephyr Strike. So that was an additional d8.
Actually, should I roll for Giant Slayer or Colossal Slayer?
Yeah, I forgot about that too. I forgot.
So extra d8. So that's 5.
Okay, so another 5.
And then Zephyr Strike was
1d8.
1d8. Okay. That's 7.
7. So that totals up to, I'll do the math on the back end, that's 30 points of damage from your arrow with Zephyr Strike and everything else. So you...
With no fire. With no fire.
We've created a monster. No one wants to see Duros anymore. They want Marky on chopped liver.
Go sit down. You're all done.
So you let the arrow fly, and it flies true. It's one of the best shots you've had for a while, and it puts itself right in one of the eyes.
That's not saying much.
One of the eyes of the giant. As it does, there's a quick flash of damage, and the head snaps back. Oh God! Oh, that hurts! That hurts! And he's like trying to grab at the shaft. Let me help you. And the other hand reaches over.
What did he grab at?
He grabs at the shaft of the arrow. Oh shit! Don't engage! Abort! Yes. So he grabs the arrow, and then the other hand from the other half of his form. Let me help! And he grabs it as well. No, you're making it worse. Stop! So that was your turn.
Yeah, I think so.
Damn, tearing up the vocal cords today. Let's go to Bog.
How hurt does it look?
He's still on his knees. He looks very pained, but he doesn't look like he's going to fall over immediately or anything like that.
If he's on his knees, does that mean melee attacks get advantage?
Yeah, because I'm treating him as prone, so yeah, that's
okay. So
and just to clarify, the only reason the ranged attack didn't get disadvantage since he's on his knees, he's still pretty freaking tall. So he was. Yeah, so I'm kind of balancing the two.
Okay, so Bog, if I pick the right line, can actually make it to him with just enough room to spare.
Yeah, you have 30 feet, you said?
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25 with 5 to spare. And I'll put you right, boom.
Perfect. So Bog kind of like sneaks around, charges up, kind of like behind him, and then see if it works first before I waste a build up. And it's cocked. 15. Okay, so we got a dirty 20 and a 23.
23. Okay, that certainly hits.
Okay, so Bog, as he gets close to him, starts to run and pick up a little bit of speed. And yes, this is a real Macho Man quote, not as well known. And he starts like kind of praying, and he starts moving, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you're gonna eat my rear rockets, whether you like it or not, yeah." And he runs, and he makes the double axe handle, and as soon as he hits him with it, there's a discharge, and he hits him with inflict wounds at 2nd level.
Nice.
Oh shit. I need a calculator, bet at math on a second. It's 6 and 5 is 11, and 9 is 20 and 27. That's 27 points in necrotic damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so 27 points. You come crashing down with the axe handle.
Taking my moves, man.
What was that, Damus?
He's taking my moves, necrotic damage. That's my.
So the one head that was looking like, let me help you with that. You come crashing down onto his skull, and as you do, you see this dark purple energy. Just the veins start to kind of come across through the flesh of the Etten, and he screams like with a searing pain, and he lets go of the arrow, and he's kind of like doing this number, trying to flail away at you. But he's looking hurt now. Well, they're looking hurt now.
Actually, Deimos, I didn't steal your move because it wasn't necrotic damage as a nut shot. I hit him in the head.
Fair point.
Tomato.
So, Ian, we're up to you.
So, can I use... So, I've already put the Hunter's Mark on him. Can I use Divine Smite in addition with that already on him?
Yes.
You should be able to, because as long as they're not both concentration, so and they shouldn't be.
Okay.
So, I'm just
so I rolled a 17 for the attack. And then with Divine Smite...
let me tell you, if 17 hits. 17 does hit. Okay.
Are you?
You got to close it. You got to close the distance though first.
Oh, close the distance. All right.
So hold on. Let me see here. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, because your Divine Smite's all about you smashing that thing first with your hammer.
Yep.
You've
got just enough to get up there. So you're in melee range. You can't move away, but you're in melee range.
So I rolled 22 points of damage.
Okay, so 17 to hit, and then 22 with the Hunter's Mark and the Divine Smite.
And the Divine Smite.
Tell me how you want to kill this thing.
Well, I will
the first for him.
Swing the hammer at my side to get some speed going and bring it at an uppercut underneath his chin. Classic motion. Knock his head back, snap his neck, and he'll just fall over like a giant redwood, splayed eagle out on the ground.
So you do
Teeth flying everywhere.
do the classics, and on one of the heads, the one with the arrow in its eye, just you hear the crack back, the teeth go flying through the air. The other one's still burning from the necrotic damage from Bog's strike on the other side, and both of them are
I told you we should have just gotten some gnomes, and they've all boom,
down into the snow, and the Etten is dead.
Woohoo!
My poor Etten didn't get to do shit.
I'm gonna pick my my necklace up of ears of giants, and then I'm going to go towards the heads and take one of each ear.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
Done. Go ahead, Deimos.
I'm gonna come out of hiding.
Okay.
And saunter over to the body. I'm gonna take one of my darts and And before I get to cutting, I'm gonna ask Bog, can you fashion some caltrops out of his spine, out of his vertebrae?
Why, yes, I can. I guess my lizard folk ways are kind of mixing with your monk ways, and it's becoming a tag team. I like the way you think. Yeah, some caltrops and some. Ooh, I think we got at least 2 mixing bowls here. Maybe a spatula. Yeah.
I look over towards Juniper. I'm like, you did good. I didn't expect you guys to survive that battle.
Thanks for helping out.
We kind of didn't have a choice.
So-
As dumb as these things are, when they're hungry, they'll find you.
So after this is all done, before you're scratching your sigil into its head, I'm actually going to stop you, and I'm going to ask why you do this, because I've noticed you do it to a few bodies, and doesn't really sit well with me. Like, I understand that Duros cuts ears off because he's collecting them for something, or that he has a fiend or a thing against
I
giants.
have some issues with giants. I'm working through it.
I'll switch to vibrant in solidarity.
So just wondering why you're desecrating a already fallen body that's been whooped pretty bad, and you didn't really touch it this time.
Yeah, are you taking credit for this kill? Because
Thought you'd never ask. Plain and simple, fear. I'm carving the sigil of my temple into their forehead. So anyone who comes past him knows exactly what happened here and knows not to cross any of us. Or, more importantly, they give us money to have other things like this happen to people who cross them.
So it's a calling card.
More or less.
you didn't attack it.
So I'm gonna Vibrance kind of understands that, but he's gonna request that you keep it to your own kills.
You keep what you kill.
Eat what you kill.
He can respect it. He can respect it on your own kills, but to stuff you didn't, or that you didn't have the final blow on, he's going to request that you leave the bodies alone.
I'm gonna glare at you and not answer you.
Jade.
And turn around and start to cut out his vertebrae.
That's fine.
It's vertebrae.
Well,
Yeah.
because he's making we're making caltrops. I understand using the body, like it's fine. It's just it's kind of malice for me.
Amazingly enough, I have to go here out of character. Amazingly enough, Vibrant is offended by carving a sigil into skin when the entire body is desecrated, hacked to pieces, and turned into kitchen utensils to be sold later on for a profit. Like that's
used for a good purpose.
I understand using the body, but it's more that I've seen him do it on other things that we haven't used the body on, and I'm more just it came up, so I was curious on why we're doing such things.
You're not doing anything. I'm doing all the.
I'm also near it.
Yeah, that works.
So.
Anyway, as I finish cutting out several vertebrae, I hand them over to Bog and say, "Can you make some caltrops for me?"
Absolutely. Just need a little bit of a short rest, and we'll have some caltrops enough for. Actually, I could probably make them for every single one of us. I mean, you would know how to use them the best, but, you know, nothing like someone stepping around the corner and giving them, I guess it wouldn't be a hot foot. It wouldn't be on fire since French lit it on fire, but she got the. I'll just make them, yeah.
Home Alone.
So
oh no,
you're-
Bob.
Ray, I'm assuming you
Coming
planned
too
on him
close to us.
attacking us at some point.
Sued,
What
I
was that?
planned on what?
I'm assuming you planned on him attacking us at some point.
Possibly. Maybe not. Who knows? I actually had hoped at least if he was going to attack you, he'd get a swing in, but he didn't even get that. But that was well played all around. So you guys harvest the corpse for the different pieces and parts. Is anybody checking to see if he had anything on him, or are you just
Yes.
diving right in?
Hello, it's me.
I would think in the slaughter of the body that would be almost automatic, but yes, I'm looking.
Loot the body.
It's
Loot the corpse.
always, yeah. Well, it's funny because you've taken loot the corpse to the next extreme, right? It's like loot the corpse like makeover edition or whatever. You just take everything.
Did I find anything? No, I'm going to eat him.
Yeah. So other than the rusty weaponry that it had, a battle axe and a morning star, you do find two pouches. The one pouch contains a combination of what looks like very small bones from different creatures, but mixed within that, you also find approximately 50 copper and 25 silver. And the other pouch, what you find is, you're not quite sure, it's some sort of meat, but based on the smell, it's gone a little rancid. And there's, the cold has helped to preserve it to some degree, but it's definitely not a natural meat color any longer.
We're gonna throw that one away. Is that directed towards me? Am I the one that did the looting?
Yeah, I'm gonna say while everybody else is carving the corpse up, and you're feeling peckish, you found those things. So.
Alright, I'm gonna throw that rancid meat pouch away, but I'm gonna definitely take the 50 copper and 25 silver.
Okay. And as you do that, and by the way, we forgot to include Snapper in the fight. We should have. I completely forgot about him. As you
he wasn't close enough to do anything.
As you throw the pouch away, Snapper's like, woo! And he rushes off in the snow and goes to the rancid meat pouch and starts tearing into it.
Gross, bud. Yuck.
Why are you yelling at Rex? He didn't do anything.
Makes a yuck sound. Yuck sounds looks gross, but doesn't stop him.
Bog is going to run over and grab the pouch away from Snapper and be like, "No, Snappy, this is not good. This is rotten." And he's going to instead give him like a fresh slab of like Enton meat, like, "This is fresh, yeah." Okay. Then he's going to walk back over to Molly. I'm sorry, to Fletch. He's going to see the small bones in the bag, and he would like to see the bones, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Fletchy, can I see
Gives
those?
him the bones.
I look at them, and then make sure that none of them are spoons. And he says, "That son of a bitch was going to steal our idea." And he crushes the bones in his hand, and then just boom, kicks the dead body. And then he sees the Morning Star. Is the head of the Morning Star like really, really big? Or or is it more like
it's head sized? Like it's like Duros's head sized with the spikes coming out of it.
Oh no, I was gonna make something for Eon, but that's not gonna work then. Well, actually, I want to take the head of a Morning Star.
Okay.
And I want to take the sturdiest, thickest, again, probably a femur, longest bone I can find.
Okay. That's easily found. There's only 2 legs on this thing, but between the 2 femurs, you're able to pick out the one that looks to be the highest quality. It is funny though, because every kill you guys make now, you're leaving it. It's like a White Walker scene in Game of Thrones. It's just splayed out for the world to see. And if you needed a calling card, I think this is it all by itself. So you collect the bones. You have those. Fletch, you got the coin. Snapper is much happier with the fresh meat and not the rancid meat. So his tail was between his legs. He was a little disappointed when you first took it away from him, but having the fresh meat now, he's much more comfortable with things. If you guys are able to return back to your camp to settle back to complete your rest, anything anybody else wants to do during that period as you start to settle back down after combat?
I want to call Deimos out on not attacking. I'm kind of offended by it.
Jason.
Unmute. There we go.
So you can carve your tense signet into foreheads of bodies that you had nothing to do with, but you're not going to help us out in a fight?
I'm more than willing to help out but not when it's a losing cause. I thought that thing was going to wipe the floor with all of you. it wasn't for Juniper, that thing would have cracked all your skulls together.
I'm pretty sure it died pretty fast.
Yeah.
It died because it couldn't move.
I did 50 points of damage on it.
It was standing still on its knees.
Okay.
Before you even got there. Okay.
I mean, I was there first, so.
Yeah.
But okay.
And it did nothing.
All right. I am not cool with you hiding in the woods, not helping, but I'll get past it for now.
Okay.
Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Or an arrow.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. He puts an arrow in it.
Yeah. So, with the battle side, tension's still a little high with the different groups. You settle back in to your rest. Duros, you kind of pick your spot furthest away from Deimos, just keeping an eye, and Deimos kind of the same between the two of you. Vibrant, you're still also processing some of the different conversations too. But Bog, you've got plenty of things to play with and craft with. But
yeah.
But with that, you're going. What was that?
I'm going to interject. Doros, we're not going to talk about all the times you threw all those arrows that didn't hit anything.
But he tried.
Yeah, trying and failing.
You've missed a fair share too. Just saying.
There's some hostility, and I have chosen to acknowledge that. And I prefer full participation if you're going to take credit for kills. That is all I'm saying.
No one said I was taking credit for anything. Somebody stopped me because they thought I was carving something, but I was actually harvesting the vertebrae. I hadn't even thought about leaving my calling card until you mentioned it.
You said you were going to carve your sigil into it, but then you got
No, I said I was carving the vertebrae out of its back with a dart. That's what I said.
We'll
But you also said you were carving the sigil of your temple.
No, he asked me he asked me why I do it, and that's when I answered it. I never said I was.
Let's take it to the tape. Let's take it to the tape.
Yeah, we could. If there was.
Well, we can table it for now, and we can all look at the video after Ray posts it.
Yes. Anyway, it's cold. And morning dawn approaches. Let's keep moving.
We didn't get a lot of sleep. We're a little agitated.
So
get it.
So as the group settles back down, we still had the last watch with Duros and Fletch. You guys were rested from the encounter, and fortunately, no damage was incurred, so you're still fairly well rested, except for any spells that you would have used. But the remainder of the evening goes without any issue. The party awakens with refreshment because essentially the battle only took about 10 minutes real time, roughly 10-15 minutes. So those of you who didn't already have you all have the long rest. We'll just make it simple. It's easier to keep it that way. So you have the long rest. You wake up to a new morning with a path still ahead of you into the mountains. And given the time at about 4:15, and we were looking at 4:30, we're going to conclude the adventure for this week here, and we'll pick up at the next session with the continuation of the journey of day 2 into the Sword Mountains, and we'll see what awaits you guys on the other side of this. So thank you for those of you watching. I appreciate all the we actually had quite a few viewers and some chat interaction as well. I appreciate that. We'll have the schedule posted. I think we're back in 2 weeks for this group. We have Tales from the Wander in between. We'll see which of us we can get for that. But otherwise,
you doing that on Easter?
Actually, maybe not. So we may be just running a rerun on Easter. By the way,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be occupied.
Yeah. So next weekend, with it being Easter Sunday, thank you. I completely forgot about that. I'll put a rerun up of probably this one, just so people can catch up to this.
Are you observing Easter Sunday, Mark? You seem to jump on that pretty quick. Go to church.
Are we doing the Wanderer Inn sit down next Sunday?
So with it being Easter Sunday, I'll see what availabilities are, but more than likely we may not. We'll see what happens. But the next Tales from the Wanderer Inn, we're going to have Deimos, Juniper, and Ian as kind of the newer players, as well as those that started in the Neverwinter at the very beginning of our campaign, so we'll kind of talk through those characters. I want to make sure you guys get a moment on the stage as well. So I'll post all these things out on our different streams and on our Facebook channels and our Instagram, so people are up to date on what we're doing. Again, feedback is always great. This was a fun session with a lot of different perches than we've had previously with skill checks and so forth, but I think it went really well. Thank you guys for being awesome players. Thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, Ray.
There you